Okay, this priest here, in 1512 or so, took a closer look at the heavenly arrangement and didn't much like what he saw, which was Mars, for instance, among others, being very un-Aristotle. I mean, it appeared sometimes to go backwards. Now, that was supposed to be impossible, so people had got round the difficulty with this little gizmo here. See, there's Mars. It goes forward on its main circle, while on an extra mini-circle it goes backwards. Backwards. Good, eh? Solved the problem. Trouble was, to make the entire solar system work in pure Aristotle terms like that, took over 90 of those little fiddly bits. It occurred to Copernicus, our priest, that there might be a simpler way that would still be circular and that would allow for things seeming to go backwards. So he came up with this. If you put the sun at the center and the Earth in orbit, then you know what we now know, that view of Mars going backwards isn't real. It's because it's in a slower orbit further out than Earth. Most of the time, everybody appears to be going forwards, and then when we pass Mars, it appears to go backwards. And then at other times, forwards again. And similar problems for the whole sky were solved by this sun-centered system. Copernicus published his manuscript in 1543, just in time for the Council of Trent. So, you're a church father. What this new system of Copernicus is saying is this. The Earth moves, although the Bible says it doesn't. It's no longer at the center of God's universe, although the Bible says it is. It's a planet, so heaven and earth are no longer separate. And Aristotle is wrong, though church authority depends on Aristotle being right. So, you're a church father. You pick up this subversive, heretical, revolutionary lunacy, and what do? Foam at the mouth, right? Wrong. When the Council of Trent got round to reading what Copernicus had said, they were delighted. His new system would make calendar reform more precise. And the business of turning every basic belief regarding the nature of the universe upside down? A mere bagatelle. Since from the church's point of view, back here in Burke, Copernicus was talking nonsense. Literally. After all, astronomy drew lines and circles up there in the sky, but they weren't really there, were they? They were a mathematical convenience for measuring or teaching astronomy. While the Copernican system might well have been brilliant mathematics, nobody thought for a second he really meant the Earth was whizzing around the sun. Don't be silly. That kind of talk would blow holes in everything. Most unfortunately, it was already too late for that kind of talk.